Hey everyone, and welcome to this video. I'm Inxlaura123, and in this video I'm going to be talking about how I lost my virginity. So yeah, I'm probably going to be like really embarrassed throughout this video and probably going to cringe inside. I'll be like cringe. But there we go. I hope you'll find it an interesting video to watch, and hopefully it'll make you laugh, because it is a funny story. Some people can look back at losing their virginity and they're like, oh, it was so romantic. It was so perfect. Other people look back and, think horrible things happened. I think back and I just feel really embarrassed and awkward, and it's just ridiculous. Like, seriously, the time I lost my virginity was ridiculous. It was embarrassing. It was just horrible. So yeah, I think you'll find it pretty funny. I can laugh now at the whole situation of what happened, but obviously at the time I didn't find it very funny. Either did he, but now I can laugh about it. Hopefully you can laugh along with me. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting video, and maybe if you want to comment down below like your virginity stories, that'd be awesome for you, to do that. I love like reading your comments, getting your feedback and hearing your stories and stuff like that, so that'd be cool. Okay, so I was 18 years old when I lost my virginity, which I think is a pretty good age to have lost it. Basically, a lot of my friends had lost their virginity a lot younger, and like I didn't want to do that. I wasn't ready for it at all, like literally. I remember being at school, hearing like some girls in the class saying, oh yeah, I lost my virginity last week. And I'm just like, you're well young. You shouldn't be this young. Like, there's plenty of time for sex and stuff, like whatever. Obviously, if you saw my previous vlog on this channel about my former addiction to porn, actually, I'll add that word former in because I'm no longer addicted to porn. I don't even watch it anymore. But yeah, I did used to have an addiction to porn, and so for me, I'd watch sex. I'd have no problem with that. I loved it, but I didn't want to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like seeing someone on the screen do it or reading about it was a lot different than actually physically doing sex, So anyway, I'm already starting to get all tongue-tied and embarrassed. But anyway, so yeah, I was 18, and it was a guy I knew. I'm not going to say his real name. So name. Oh, I can't even talk properly. I'm not going to say his real name, but his initial of his name was S. Okay, so we're going to kind of refer to him throughout this video as S, okay? Yeah, he was a cool guy. Like, I'm not going to slag him off. I know most people do diss their exes, and trust me, there's a lot of ex-boyfriends that I've got that I could quite happily sit here and moan about and diss. But this one I can't really say anything negative about. He was a nice enough guy. He wasn't for me, and I did end it eventually, but like he was a cool guy. Very opposite to me, actually. Like, he was a proper like heavy metal person. Like, he loved rock music. He had like tattoos all over him. He had pictures of like Satan and stuff on his wall, on posters. I think he had like a 666 tattoo and everything. But I know it sounds really bad, but he was actually a nice guy. He was just full on like into kind of dark stuff, and yeah, I think that was the attraction, because he was so different and he was so rocky and wild, and I wasn't. So I don't know. Look, I was a teenager. I can't remember why I liked these people back then, but I really liked him, and we got together, and he was a good boyfriend. I can't say he wasn't, because he was. He was nice and he was understanding. Apart from the whole kind of devil stuff, that was a bit weird. But apart from that, he was a lovely person. But no, he was very understanding with me, especially when it come to like all things sexual. Because he was older than me, not that much older than me, but a bit older than me, and he had a lot of experience. He was a bit of a wild boy, so he'd had a lot of experience with girls and with guys as well. The plot thickens, but yeah, he was bisexual, so he'd been with girls and he'd been with guys, and there was me, like, vestal virgin, never done anything, didn't have any sexual experience at all. So we were literally opposites on everything, but somehow we got on. But yeah, he was very understanding when it comes to all that, and I couldn't do a lot of sexual things for a long while. I was happy kissing and cuddling and stuff, but whenever it got a little bit more full on. I was like, just back off. I was scared. Eventually, without going into detail, I did get better. I managed to do bits and pieces. But yeah, like when it comes to actually losing my virginity and actually having sex, the whole thing, I was petrified. Like I literally, it would just scare the hell out of me, the thought of it. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what it was about it. It just, because as I say, I could do other stuff, but I think it was just the whole kind of the pressure of losing your virginity. And also the fact for me, I knew I was 18, and I thought, I should have lost it by now, should I? Is there, should there be a certain age you lose it? I don't know. Like, I was pleased I didn't do it younger, but I didn't want to be like a lot older and not have lost it. But then looking back, I should have just waited because I wasn't ready. All right, I wasn't ready. But anyway, so this is where it gets really embarrassing. Basically, I'd asked a few of my friends who had previously lost their virginity, any advice, any advice for me, how to relax, what to do, how to be. And one of my friends at the time had said, put some music on in the background because like it'll really like calm your nerves, and it just kind of relaxes you and gets you in the mood. And that's what she had done. So, oh God, this is so embarrassing. I kind of had the idea of putting music on, but the problem was the type of music that I listened to back then was like really, really poppy. Like, I still love pop music now, but back then I was proper like pop music girl. So my favourite band at the time were Hanson, if you remember those. Three of them, three brothers. Ba baby ba ba do ba do ba da ba do ba. I still listen to them now and again. I've got to be honest with you. But yeah, so I thought it would be a really great idea because my friend had suggested putting music on in the background to put Hanson on. So picture the scene, okay? This really experienced guy, very rocky and wild, and me, quite timid back then and shy and just awkward. I'm still awkward, but yeah. And so I'm putting Hanson on, trying to get him in the mood. And he was like, why have you put Hanson on? And I was like, look, I thought it was a cool idea if we could have music playing in the background to get us in the zone. And he was like, all right, okay. Which was really sweet because he hated Hanson. I mean, come on, he was a heavy metal rocker. He did not like Hanson. But because he thought it might help relax me, he went along with it and let me play this kind of Hanson album in the background. Oh, God. So, yeah, you can imagine saying, I've got Hanson playing. I've got Hanson playing, and then, you're supposed to, like, kind of get into it. And I was just giggling. I couldn't stop laughing. I was so nervous. The problem with me, when I'm nervous, I do I do a few things when I'm nervous. One thing is I fiddle with my hair. I always fiddle with my hair when I'm nervous. Then I talk fast, which I'm doing a bit now because I'm really nervous. I'm like talking really fast. And I giggle a lot as well. Just pointless laughter. Like, so I'm laying there listening to Hanson, trying to get naked, giggling about everything. And then I just thought, you know what? I don't want to see it. I don't want to see... I don't want to see when the willy goes in the... I didn't want to see it. It was just like... Didn't want to see it. Wanted it done just so it could be like, right, I've done it now. There we go. Move on in life. But I didn't want to see anything. So I thought a really great idea would be to put a pillow over my head. God. So that's pretty much what I did. I lost my virginity with a pillow on my head. My doing, by the way. Can I just add, my doing? And I had Hanson playing in the background. I don't think it lasted long. I don't know. Yeah. But I just remember when it was finished thinking, oh my God, thank God it's over. I didn't like it. It hurt. It felt awkward. It was embarrassing. It's like, nah, this isn't for me. This isn't for me. So there we go. I didn't do it after that for a long while, actually. I think we were both kind of like, yeah, that's not good. So, yeah. I mean, we did other stuff, but we didn't have sex again. For a long, long time. I can't even remember after that, like when we did it again eventually, but hopefully I got better in time. I don't know. Look, my my opinion on sex is only good, in my opinion, sex is only good if you're with someone you generally are connected to and you love, and that's for me when it's its ultimate best. Like, without being too graphic, the best sex I've ever had, and I'm not just saying that, but I mean this, is with Nathan. I'm pointing upstairs because he's playing his computer game upstairs, but I feel that the best sex with him is with him because not only do I love him, I want to spend the rest of my life with him, he's my soulmate, but I feel the most relaxed with him, I feel the most comfortable with him, I feel the most turned on with him. I feel like, I can just be like naked, like, yeah, I'm naked in front of him and be 100% comfortable, which I've never felt with any of my exes at all. Like, I don't know, I think, I keep saying without being personal and then I'm personal, but basically, like with Nathan, he makes me happy. He makes me very happy, if you know what I'm saying. Hint, hint. Pretty much every time. Which for me is also a sign of a bond, of a connection, and he's very good. We're very good together. We are very good together. And even now, I'll be honest, I do still get a bit nervous when it comes to sexy time. I don't know why. Like, I just do. I think it's always going to be built in me to be a bit nervous about certain subjects. But no, he makes me feel the most relaxed and turned on and happy and in love. Like, he's going to be my husband. I'm engaged to him. And the fact that he's the best in bed that I've ever had is great. Result. But yeah, I think looking back at my virginity time, I probably shouldn't have done it because, well, I know I shouldn't have done it because I wasn't ready. But I do think there's a lot of pressure on people, especially young people, to lose your virginity, and it's very unfair because sometimes people don't want to do it. They're not ready for it at all, and they feel like this kind of pressure that you've got to do it at this age. You shouldn't. So my advice to anyone watching, especially if you're a younger viewer, if you're not ready, right, don't do it. Don't ever feel pressured from anyone else, whether it be the person you're with or your friends or media or just in your own head. Do not feel pressured. Do it when you're ready and you're with the right person, okay? Because I really regret doing that. Like, I regret all my exes, to be honest, but I regret losing my virginity at that age with that person. I should have waited a lot longer till I was a bit older and with someone who I was more suited to. Like, as I say, he was a nice enough guy. I'm not going to sit and say horrible things about him because he was understanding with a lot of things, and he was a nice person, but he wasn't for me. I kind of knew that. I think it was that I wanted the bad boyfriend, the ones that your mum and dad would be like, what the hell have you brought home? Because it did look a bit punky and rocky, and I suppose I was a bit of a rebel. And there was also the fact that, we just had a laugh together. I did like him, but I think we were more friends than anything else. But there we go. So whenever anyone ever mentions, like, losing their virginity, they're always like, oh, this happened to me, this happened to me. And I'm like, yeah, but I had, like, my first time listening to Hanson with a pillow on my head, laughing because I was so nervous. So, yeah, it was very embarrassing time for me. Anyway, please comment down below. Tell me about your virginity stories or any ones you know. Like, sometimes you have some funny stories that your friends have given you. Let me know. Let us viewers know. I think the viewers, like myself, love reading comments and stuff. So, yeah. And as I say, my advice to you, if you haven't lost your virginity yet, do not rush into it. Do it when you're ready. And, just if it doesn't work the first time, I think sometimes you have an idea in your head that it's going to be this, and it's going to be that, and it's going to be this, it's going to be fireworks, it's going to be perfect. And then when it's not, it's kind of like a big letdown. Don't think of it like that. Just think of it as, keep trying. The more you do it, the more practice you get. For me and Nathan, when I first got with Nathan and we first started having sex, I was very, nervous and just embarrassed. I think when you meet a new partner and you start having sex, but the more you get used to each other's bodies and what you like and what you don't like, and you're comfortable with someone, and your emotion grows with them, your connection gets stronger, that's when it gets better. So that's what I'd say. Keep trying, and yeah, don't ever listen to Hanson when you do it. I would suggest the music is a good idea. I don't think it's a bad idea, but maybe not Hanson. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Oh, by the way, look at my t-shirt. How cool is this? Instagram queen. Yeah, if you do want to come follow me on Instagram, by the way, please do. I love social media, especially Instagram. It's my favourite. So yeah, minxlaura123 on Instagram, and also Twitter at minxlaura123, and Facebook, which I can't remember. I remember now. Okay, if you want me if you want me on Facebook, it's minx.laura.5. There we go. I think it's that. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Please click like, please comment, and please subscribe. Love you all lots.